Shalom. Shalom, shalom. For the honor, praise, and glorification to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH, and BARAK YAHAWAH, BARAK YAHAWASHI, call HALAHYAM, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM, QADASH, and BARAK, and call, sorry, and all praise and glorification to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM, QADASH, and of course, in the morning, said the Father, great millstone, teach you well. And the main topic of the lesson is, do we have to keep all laws? Do we have to keep all the laws? And the answer is, well, to be saved, no. No, we don't. You don't need to keep all the laws to be saved. And we got to go into account of that in the scriptures, because these dudes don't read the scriptures. They don't read the Bible. Not like that. No, they go to the precept packets. They study the hell out of that. But going actually into these scriptures and reading it for themselves, they don't do. No, they're illogical. No, they're spiritually unsound. No, so that's why they think they have to keep the laws perfectly. Yahawashi is the only one who kept the laws perfectly. It's like Yahawashi was the only one who kept the laws perfectly. We can't keep the laws perfectly because we're in this flesh. Now, we'll show that real quick. It's literally impossible for us to keep the laws in this flesh. A dude may bring up about how it said in prayer Manasseh about Jacob, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob did no sin. Well, the Lord found them blameless because only that's what the Lord does. Now, you can find someone blameless. No, he can blot out their iniquities. No, and blot out their sins that they do. No, and not only what the Lord did. No, like for instance with Jacob, he had sex with a woman and his sister, a woman and her sister. Now, according to the law, anyway, that's against the law. You know. Now, that of course, before the law was established and written in the law, written in stone. But at the end of the day, to the Lord at the end of the day, that's still wickedness and still, iniquity. No? Having sex with a woman and her sister, because the Lord put someone to death for Judah's son. He put him to death because he didn't want to have sex with his brother's woman. No, because he didn't have seed. No, because his brother didn't have seed when he had sex with a woman. And according to the law, his brother had to go in there and have sex with that woman. No, his brother had to go in there to have sex with his woman. To bring forth seed. No, and that's according to the law. But the dude didn't want to do it, and he got put to death. The Lord took him out. No, because that's against the law. He broke the law by not bringing up seed to his brother. No. So the same thing with having sex with someone's sister, but only the Lord had mercy upon Jacob at the end of the day. No? But anywho, book of Romans chapter 7, and going down to verse 21. I find in the law that when I would do good, evil is present with me. For I delight in the law of Yahawah after the inward man. So Paul loved the law. Now, Paul loved the law. He loved, keeping the laws, doing the right thing. Because that is doing the right thing. Keeping the laws of Yahawashi. No, but reading on. But I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind, and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin, which is in my members. No, so only the flesh, the body we're in, is subject unto sin. No, we're subject unto sin in this flesh, the body that we're in. That's why we had to get changed to a new body. Because this body is corruptible, but the new body, we're going to be made incorruptible. We're going to be made perfect in the sight of Yahawashi. But right now, we're in corruptible body. We're in corruptible flesh. Right now, we're in corruptible temporal flesh. No? O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? No? I thank Yahawah through Yahawashi, my Shaka Lord. So then, with the mind, I may serve the law of Yahawah, or with the flesh, the law of sin, because this flesh is subject unto sin. No, subject unto iniquity. No, but the spirit, serves the law of Yahawah. No, Because we meditate upon righteousness. We don't want to commit iniquity in this flesh. No, but we're subject to it because we're in this flesh. No? And here's another thing that we do constantly is the thought of foolishness. Look at that. Proverbs 24, verse 9. The thought of foolishness is sin. And the scorner is an abomination to men. No, so the thought of foolishness is sin. So you thinking about wicked thoughts in your mind, no, it's wickedness inside the Lord, man. No? No, you think about wickedness, no, and any sort of sin in your mind is often to say, YAHAWASHI. You know? No, we can't stop our thoughts in our brain. We can't stop the thoughts in our heart. No? No, we can't stop that. We can't just turn that off. If we could, then shit, we can do anything. No, we can just control our mind completely, control what we think, what we do, what we say. No, then we'll be unstoppable. No, we'll be able to be perfect. No, we can control the thoughts of our own mind. No, know what's going on. But we can't do that in this flesh. No, we're subject to iniquity, man. No, that is the reality of where we are and what we're in. No, most people can't accept that. No, just like these guys. These guys can't accept the fact that we're subject unto sin, man. No. No, but anywho, now let's talk about this. No, Acts 15. No, because in concerns of being saved, you don't need to keep the law perfectly. No, you don't need to be perfect in the law, because only none of us can be perfect in the law, as I showed. And none of us can be blameless in the law. No? No, actually, before this, I'm going to get this video real quick. I was watching the video from Elder Apostle Tahar. No, he was reacting to the IUIC. Because these guys believe that they can be perfect in the law. Because these guys believe they can be perfect in the law. But really, you can't, man. Not in this flesh, but let's play it.
But in the Bronx, is there high crime? Yes. Brother got stabbed in the neck yesterday, correct? Correct. Okay, do we have to keep God's laws? Yeah, wait. Yes or no? We have to keep Christ's commandments. I'm gonna try. My question is, what's Christ's commandments?
Well, you heard him. No, and you already know the answer. You gotta say yes. No, you gotta keep the law. No, that's what they believe. Well, that's a blanket statement. No, because there's more to it than that. No, and not just you have to keep the law. Because there's more to the law, more to that statement than just yes. No, because only we can't keep the law perfectly. No, we can't keep the law perfectly, nor are we incentivizing or telling people to keep the law perfectly, because we can't even do it ourselves. No, we can't keep the law perfectly ourselves, man. No, so no, the answer of is it a yes or no answer of whether or not we keep the laws? Well, yeah, we're supposed to keep the law, but we can't keep it perfectly in this flesh, in this body. We can't do it. Literally, it's impossible for us to do it. No, because our bodies are subject unto sin. So, really, in the terms of being saved, no, we don't need to keep the law to be saved. It's about faith. No. In fact, I'll get that scripture real quick. Now I'll get back to Acts 15. In the book of Ephesians, chapter 2 and 8. For by grace are you saved through faith. No, so it's about faith. And not of yourselves is the gift of Yahawah. So we're saved through faith, man. No, not about what you do. No? Not of works, lest any man should boast. No? It's not about what you do. And not about how many laws you keep. No? No, I'm not saying not to keep the laws. No? No, we keep it to the best of our abilities. No, because the law is good in of itself. The law is good. No? The law is holy and good. No? No, it's an example of a righteous way of living. That's what the Lord told us. That's a wisdom in the sight of in the sight of the nations, man. No? The laws, man. So yeah, the law is holy. The law is good. No, the Lord didn't just make the law for no reason, and just to throw it out there, just to do away with it later on, and go against it. No, that's confusion, man. No, the Lord said that's our wisdom in the sight of the nations, man. No. And that's a fact, man. Now, the Lord said it himself. In fact, let's get that real quick. Because this is our wisdom in the sight of the nations, the laws. No? This is how we're supposed to be a righteous people, the laws. No? But now we have righteousness through faith. No, because we know that we can't keep the law perfectly. So we're made righteous through faith. No? Which in of itself is better than the laws, because we're covered by the mercy of YAHAWASHI. No, which is on the right-hand side of the Heavenly Father, man. No? So we can keep the faith perfectly, but we can't keep the law perfectly. No, for those, just to break it down simply. No? But this is Deuteronomy 4:6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear of these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. So this law that we have is a wisdom in the sight of the nations, man. No? No, so us doing the law, no, is wise in the sight of YAHAWASHI. No? No, it's part of the wisdom of the Lord, man. The law, statutes, commandments. No? So we have nothing against the law. We have nothing against the law. Now, what we're saying that we can't keep the law perfectly in his flesh. Now, we try to keep it to the best of our abilities, but we can't keep it perfectly in his flesh. Like, one of the laws is that you had to do a daily sacrifice. Literally, you had to be doing sacrifices, physical sacrifices with literal lamb and ram every day. Every day, there's supposed to be a sacrifice going on. Every single day. Now, with physical lamb, physical ram, and so on. I believe that's like Numbers 23. Hold up. See if I can find this real quick. Like Numbers 23 or something. There's a literal sacrifice you had to do every single day. No? Okay. Seventh day. Here we go. Numbers 23. And thou shalt say unto them, this is the offering made by fire, which ye shall offer unto Yahweh 2 lambs of the first year without spot, day by day, for a continual burnt offering. Now, are we doing that right now? Do we have a literal altar right now? No. Are we offering up literal sacrifices right now? No. Or we're breaking the law? No. No, because we're not offering up the sacrifice day by day. This is part of the law, statutes, commandments. Now, do may say, oh, but we need a temple for that. And we don't got a temple. Well, we had to, well, if that was the case, then we had to start building a temple then. You know? We had to start building a temple to make these sacrifices. Or building an altar. No, building an altar to make these sacrifices or something. No, because you can just build an altar. No, or something. But that's the thing. We are spiritual. We understand, no, we are offering spiritual sacrifices. So, no, we're under the grace of YAHAWASHI. Well, according to this law, we'll be breaking the law. Now, there's 613 commandments. No? And most dudes only know 10. If that. It's like. Really 11. They know 11 offhand. They don't even keep the Feast of First Fruits or the Feast of Tabernacles. No? No, or, again, you have to offer up sacrifices on the Passover too. No? No, so, man. And also, you go to work and someone's eating bread. Now, you also broke the Passover as well. Now, someone eating bread on the no, you just around someone. I take that back. No, it's in your house. Yeah, I take that back. Salakia. See, no, in this funny, you misremember the laws. No, because 11 is about in your house, and not about someone else's house. No, Salakia. But if you go to a restaurant, no, you have to check all them ingredients, man. No, everything that they serve, you have to check them ingredients, because you don't know. No? Whether or not they're serving you something with leaven, or it's anything unclean in general, because they have a legal amount of bugs they can put in your food. Now, they have a legal amount of bugs they can put into your food. No. A legal amount they can do that. No. And get away with it. No. Rat dung, bugs, flies. They have a legal amount that they can just put into your food, and get away with it, man. So you could be eating some bugs right now, and you don't even know. No, your ass don't even know. You thinking that you eating something pure, but no, man, you eating a fucking fly, eating mites. No, all the little bugs, you eating that shit, and you don't even know. Or you think you eating some good, clean chicken, some baked chicken or some shit. No, you eating fucking rat dung, or some shit, man. Your ass don't even fucking know. Or parasites, man. This is why we had to get out of here, man. Well, now let's get to Acts 15. And without further ado, Acts 15, start verse 5. But there rose up certain sect of the Pharisees which believed, saying that it was needful to circumcise them and to command them to keep the law of Moses. So they're talking about the Israelite foreigners. Because the Israelite foreigners coming coming into the faith, and these guys were basically saying that they need to be circumcised, to be saved. Now they need to be circumcised. That's what they're saying. So let's skip down here, verse 10. Now therefore, why tempt ye Yahawah to put a yoke upon the neck of the disciples, which neither our fathers nor we were able to bear, which is what? The law, Because we couldn't keep the law back then perfectly. No, we couldn't do it. So why were you telling these guys to keep the whole law perfectly? When we can't even do it, man. But we believe that through the grace of the Lord Yahawashi, we shall be saved even as they. So through the grace of Yahawashi, we're going to get saved. Now, does that mean that we just do whatever the hell we want to do? No. So let's skip down here to go all into it. Start 19. Wherefore just to prove the point that we're just not going to do whatever the hell we want to do. Verse 19. Wherefore my sentence is that we trouble not them which from among the Gentiles are turned to Yahawah, but that we write unto them that they abstain from pollutions of idols, and from the fornication, and from things strangled, and from blood. So that basically is a little, people usually say, starter kit. No. A couple commandments to keep. To stay away from like adultery, because that's what fornication goes into, adultery. Adultery, idolatry, things that die of itself and things with blood in it. You can't eat blood. You can't eat things that die of itself. Or strangled to death or whatever. Don't do those things. That's what they told them to do. Because only at the end of the day, you trying to tell them to immediately get circumcised, that's a heavy yoke. There's literally you. that gotta hurt like a motherfucker. To put it simple, that gotta hurt like a motherfucker, man. Getting circumcised. And that would, how you say, push people away from the faith. But basically they gave them a circuit. Keep these couple commandments. And they'll be good. And Paul in Colossians talked about the feast days, the new moon. Well, yeah, new moon, the full moon. They're not the same thing. They're two different things. New moon and the full moon. Obviously, everyone knows that besides IUIC. But whatever. The new moon, the full moon, because both of them are Sabbaths. Even the half moons are Sabbaths. Every moon quarter is a Sabbath. Because the Sabbath falls on the new moon and goes based on the moon cycle. 7 days. So first day is the Sabbath. 6 days you work. 7th day, which is the 8th day in the month, which is also the half moon, is the Sabbath. Next week is the Sabbath on the full moon, and so on. To the next new moon, and go from there. Most people don't get that. But those feast days and things like that, you don't need to keep. Now you're relatively new to the faith. You don't need to worry about the Sabbath day and things like that. You don't need to worry about that immediately. Because you're new. But when you grow into this thing, you got to get more adept to it. No, you get more depth to it, so you gotta keep more of the laws that have been put upon us. No, but only low and yes, that's basically the main point. I didn't want to make this too long. Just wanted to go into it. Go get no praises on the glorification to YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH, and Shalom.